We are back, just wrapping things up. Fascinating piece. We will put a link to the austerity politics of white supremacy in at majority.fm. You'll be able to check out that piece. It's a fascinating story, and it is amazing. If you look at Reconstruction, and then you look at the Jim Crow era, and particularly those early years from post-Reconstruction, the early 20th century, the late 19th century, so much of the politics is reminiscent of this era that we are living in, and I'm including really the past 15 years.
And the connection of austerity politics, which is just objectively harmful to the populace, with minority rule. I mean, a small elite class that pits groups against each other and is trying to cement their own power and loot the government on their own behalf.
And again, this era really starts, right, following the civil rights era. And that quote from Lee Atwater, and his quote is, you start out in 1954 by saying the N-word, the N-word, the N-word. By 1968, you can't say the N-word. That hurts you. It backfires. So you say stuff like you're getting abstract. Now you're talking about cutting taxes. And all these things are economic things, and a byproduct of them is that blacks get hurt worse than whites. And it is, he's saying this. Atwater was basically working for Nixon, and of that era, which is, the timing lines up. Again, we have this expansion of voting rights. We have the beginning, very slowly, of the introduction of political power for non-white men, and within a couple of years of Nixon, you have this melding of the interests of the religious right and the Republican Party, and that's where we are today. But we will be somewhere else. Well, we will be back here tomorrow.
We'll be back here tomorrow.
So until then, we will see you then. And for those of you sticking around...
Now we're somewhere else.
Now we're in another world. For those of you sticking around today, there'll be a full crew in the fun half of the program. Matt Binder will be here. Jamie will be here. Emma will be here. Yes. New Matt will be here. Brendan will be here. I will not be here. Also, today on Nomiki's show, you can go to youtube.com, The Nomiki Show. Her guest, David Moore, Representative David Rabin, Arun Chaudhry will be on her program. You can check that out at youtube.com/The Nomiki Show. Also, reminder, it is your support that makes this show possible. If it wasn't for our members, folks, the idea that we could be doing, a 40-minute interview with someone talking about austerity politics in post-Reconstruction era, and we could do interviews like that, multiple times a week. It's not happening if it wasn't for our membership. And so I want to thank our members. You can join us by becoming a member at jointhemajority.report.com. Thank everybody for listening, too. I appreciate that as well.
Such a good interview. Really,
really fascinating.
Loved it.
Great piece. Someday I want to compile all of the sort of the Reconstruction stuff in this era and do like...
Write a book?
No. Just put out like a massive audio compendium of this stuff, because we've had so many fascinating writers on, and David Blight the other day, and Gerald Horn, goes back a little bit further. But I mean, we've talked to a lot of people about this era, and it really is a fascinating era. And obviously, and Eric Foner, of course, who we should have back on as well. But
why not a book, Sam? the fans have been clamoring for the sequel to Fubar. What's going on here?
Well, I mean,
George R.R. Martin over here.
I don't need to write the book. All these other people have written the books. But maybe we could do like a transcript of these interviews or something like that. I don't know. But from an audio perspective, I listened to that David Blight Civil War thing, and it was amazing. Do we have Jamie? Well, Matt. Oh, there she is. Okay. So, Jamie, what's happening on the Antifada?
Well, this week on the Antifada, we have an episode that I am very excited about. Our friends Arturo and Shimon, who've been doing some really great coverage of the George Floyd rebellion and where the left goes from here. We talk about the uprising that happened over the summer, the revolutionary radical potential in a Black-led, multiracial, proletarian uprising with the burning of cop cars and the looting of stores and the challenging of the power of capitalism. All that good stuff. That's out now. Came out yesterday. Also tomorrow for our patrons. It's funny you should mention the Civil War because we talk all about the Civil War and what that moment in our history can tell us about where we are at right now, where we go from here. Is there another Civil War coming? And how do we convert that Civil War into a social revolution for the true liberation of all mankind? No big deal. So that's coming out tomorrow. Patreon.com/TheAntifada. Also, we've been doing some Twitch streams. So check those out at twitch.tv/TheAntifada.
Oh, Matt, what's happening on Doomed?
On this past Tuesday, I did a live stream with Dale Cameron of Gizmodo, and we talked about the adventure that Parler, the right-wing social networking site, well, the former right-wing social networking site, has had this past week, where they were taken down and all their content was archived. So anyone who's ever posted anything on Parler, it will live on forever once all this archived material gets up there. And he actually had put together this great resource to because there was some controversy over whether Parler had any culpability or they played any role in what happened at the Capitol. And he put together this great map that basically, because there were GPS coordinates connected to all the material on Parler, he put this map that literally shows probably hundreds, if not thousands, of videos uploaded from inside the Capitol or around the Capitol that day. So we talked about that. And also, I've been staying up late and going through some of this archived material, some of which I've posted on my Twitter account. So youtube.com/Matt Binder for the live stream. It'll be up soon as a podcast at doomedpod.com. And if you'd like to support what I'm doing, because I'll probably be spending many late nights looking through this stuff, patreon.com/Matt Binder. If you can afford to do so after becoming a member of the Majority Board, of course, I'd appreciate if you could do that too.
Folks, on Left Reckoning, Daniel Bessner on tonight on Biden's foreign policy and domestic terrorism plans. That's on Left Reckoning. New Matt's internet is just super funky today.
Yeah. It's you can barely hear him, so we have to do his plugs for him.
He's being deplatformed, Sam. We need to make a really big deal about this online.
It's a free speech. Free speech.
Big spectrum censoring him, I'm sure.
I am
his political views.
Old Matt's takes on these Q numbers I sent in the Slack last night, and all this Parler stuff in the Fun Half, because you are the resident conspiracy theory right-wing expert here at the Majority.
Yes. Well, thank you. I'll have to look at what you posted in there, and we'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
You now.
All right. These guys will see you in the Fun Half.
In for it.
All right, folks, 646-257-3920. See you in the Fun Half.
Are you ready?
Who sent us this?
Anarchy. Alpha males are back. Boys back. And the alpha males are back.
Just as delicious as you can imagine.
The alpha males are back. Boys back. And the alpha males are back.
Just want to degrade the white man.
Alpha males are back.
I take all of it in my throat.
Alpha males are back.
On Almost says what?
The alpha males are back.
You are a madman.
And the alpha males are back.
I am a total cunt.
Can we bring back DJ Dannerky's song, please?
Yeah, or a couple of them. Just put them in rotation.
DJ Dannerky.
Well, the problem with those is they're like 45 seconds long, so I don't know if they're enough of a break.
That's fucking nonsense.
Hey, folks, reminder. I do not have Parkinson's.
And the alpha males are
Psych. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
Almost says what? Almost says what?
Hell of a lot of bank. 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 Hell of a lot of bank.
All lives matter.
Have you tried doing an impression on a college campus?
I think that there's no reason why reasonable people across the divide can't all agree with this. Psych.
and the alpha males are back. And the Africans are black Africans. And the alpha males are back. And the Africans are black.
See Donald Trump out there, doesn't a little part of you think that America deserves to be taken over by jihadists? Keeping it 100. Can't knock the hustle. Come on! Fuck 'em. Fuck things I do for the bigger game plan. By the way, it's my birthday! Happy birthday to me, Jew boy!
I have a thought experiment for you.
And the alpha males are back. Africans are black. Alpha males are back. Africans are black.
Come on! Come on! Someone needs to pay the price for blasphemy around here.
I am a total pussy.